we did the whole, hey girl, how you doing, greeting thing. And then I stopped the cameras and I went behind stage and I said, so tell me, what do you want? What do you want to happen here? And I'm going to tell you what I wanted to happen here. And that was one of the most powerful interviews. And do you all know this is an amazing thing that happened? I had such trust from the Oprah show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we'd gone behind stage and I asked her about her intention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that everybody would be, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
And what about...
That would not happen today, I can tell you.
Yeah. What about...
Before I let you go, what is one question you're surprised that nobody asked you?
That's a good one, baby. What's the one question you would like to ask me that no one has asked me?
That's an even better one. Now, how you gonna hit me back with
Because I don't know the questions. I don't know what you want an answer to.
What is a secret conversation you have had on the side with somebody in the industry that you have never told, but it will make an impact on the industry? It would shake a table.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good question.
Baby, if I tell you who I had the secret conversation with, it's gonna shake the table.
Yeah, you asked me. You asked me what I want. I would love to know.
Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
That's it.
What?
At shake the table. Shake the table. Because our brother's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And it would be unfair. So you gotta play fair. Because I will not speak of a person about any conversation, about any incidents, about anything that they cannot say yes or no to. Because when you do that, that becomes unfair to the baby. Because they don't have they can't say, well, yes, that happened or that didn't happen. But I'll just say, brother Jesse Jackson. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was just brother Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, Oprah actually recently talked about Whitney Houston in an interview. Oh, that's why you said, okay, well, there's that. She said that Whitney, kind of passed out. Might have alluded to maybe...
Didn't Oprah fall on stage?
Wellness to me means all things in balance. And balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times. Wrong shoes.
No, I ain't seen it.
And we didn't see we didn't see how she tripped, nothing. She just went down. We saw that. We saw her. She was walking and they bam. And everybody was like, well, she said the shoes. Okay. Well, what was wrong? So, and as we're laughing about it and making light of it, just for me, how do you speak about someone that can't defend it? That, just in my humble opinion, it takes it different. Because that woman can't say yes or no. And now you just want everybody to take your word because you're the great Oprah Winfrey. And you just take my word that that's what happened. That, I believe, is unfair. I believe that's unfair. And I still love my sister, Oprah Winfrey. Let me be clear about that. People think in correction it means you don't love. It's simply just correction. And I remember Gary Owens said one time, Gary Owens, the white comedian, he said one time, how can Monique say that she love him and then she say this? Because that's called blackness. We know how we do it in our community. And I don't care how many black women you get with or marry, you're not black, so you wouldn't understand me saying.
These are the kind of gems that she drops.
Yeah.
Even me, I've been in here in the game for 57 years, and a subject will come up, and most people don't even know that Monique even talks like this. It drops jewels. I'm sitting here mesmerized.
Me too. I'm really
But I'm not saying anything but the truth. Right. And we've gotten so far removed from the truth. When you hear them, and you go, "Ooh, well, wait a minute, why?"
Yeah.
Because it's simply.
Hello, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. Man, I had to jump on here because Oprah has been dominating the headlines over the last few days after traveling to France, where she took the stage for an interview and ended up revealing something deeply personal about Whitney Houston that a whole lot of people never expected to hear. Hold up, with Whitney no longer here to speak for herself, first and foremost, rest in peace to Whitney Houston, and prayers to both her and her daughter, who tragically passed away as well. The moment Oprah put that information out in front of the world, you already knew it wasn't going to sit right with everybody. And sure enough, you've probably already seen one of the loudest reactions come from Monique. But trust me, she wasn't the only person calling Oprah out over this. Now listen to this. Monique recently appeared on Baltimore's 92Q radio station, and if you watch the full interview like I did, you could almost tell she came in ready to address this situation from the start. It honestly felt like she had already decided, make sure y'all ask me about Oprah because I've got something to say. And man, she definitely didn't hold back once the topic came up. I'll be real with you. I agree with Monique on this one because she explained her point in a way that a lot of people in the black community immediately understood. Her message was basically that there are certain personal matters that shouldn't be put on public display, especially when you're someone with Oprah's influence and global platform. Girl, that's exactly why so many people are asking why she even felt the need to share it with the entire world. On top of that, it wasn't only what she revealed, it was the way she chose to say it that rubbed people the wrong way. Whether Whitney was struggling at that point or not, we're still talking about one of the greatest voices to ever touch a microphone, someone whose legacy deserves respect above everything else. Then you factor in that Clive Davis has also been making headlines recently, and the timing of Oprah bringing this back up just leaves a lot of people wondering, why now? You won't believe how divided the reactions have become because most folks are saying it would have been enough to simply acknowledge that Whitney faced hardships without putting extra personal details back into the spotlight. That part was never some hidden secret in the first place. But hold up, can anybody actually prove beyond a doubt that Whitney fell because she was under the influence, or is that just an assumption? Because she isn't here to say, no, I simply lost my footing. And that's exactly why people are questioning the story now. Listen to this. How can someone confidently say she fell because she was high when it's entirely possible she just stumbled during the performance like anyone else could? If that was the case, why not simply protect her dignity instead of putting that version of events out for the entire world to judge? Man, people share stories about those who've passed all the time, but there's a major difference between honoring someone's memory and bringing up something that paints them in a negative light. Later say that was something private that was never meant for the public, yet those stories usually aren't told to damage someone's reputation. This situation felt completely different because the story wasn't shared to celebrate Whitney, it came across as highlighting one of her lowest moments instead. The conversation was supposed to be about Oprah's audience, her influence, and how loyal viewers responded to her show back then compared to today. It wasn't framed as, let me tell you about the time Whitney helped me, or here's a funny memory that shows how amazing she really was. Instead, the headline became, Whitney wasn't clean, and girl, that's the part people can't stop talking about. You really have to ask yourself if making that public was necessary, especially after everyone involved had kept it quiet for so many years. If the audience respected your request to stay silent back then, why reveal it now when Whitney isn't here to confirm, deny, or explain what actually happened? She could have simply tripped, been exhausted, or been dealing with something completely unrelated, and nobody can honestly say otherwise with absolute certainty. I've seen situations like this before, and once you reach a certain level in life, there's supposed to be wisdom, restraint, and discernment in how you speak about people who can no longer defend themselves. That's exactly why Monique's comments about Gary Owen and those unwritten rules really hit home for a lot of people. She basically said there are certain codes and levels of respect within the black community that can't really be explained to someone who never lived by them, and whether people agree or not, that's how she feels. I can't even lie, I found myself agreeing with Monique throughout this entire conversation because she spoke from conviction instead of trying to please everybody. Sure, some people have called her difficult over the years, but when she's speaking on accountability and standing on principle, I've got to give credit where it's due. She kept it completely real in this situation, and I'm going to acknowledge that every single time. Whether it's celebrities, media giants, or powerful people with influence, nobody should ever be above criticism when they're wrong. I respect that Monique wasn't afraid to stand on business, and that's exactly why this conversation has so many people paying attention. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates and commentary like this.